Hello! Welcome to the GuideKnight YouTube channel. The best 1440p graphics cards for sharper, crisper picture quality without burning a hole in your pocket. Kitting your computer with the most powerful GPU can get very expensive. But if a 4K capable GPU is out of your budget, especially if you want to game, it's not the end of the world. You can still step up the quality of your gaming experience with one of the best GPUs available for 1440p workloads. 1440p gaming is a happy compromise between performance and value, and you'll certainly experience a noticeable difference over your current 1080p gaming PC setup. Pair it with a 1440p monitor, and you might not even miss 4K gaming at all. Whether you're not able to afford a high-end GPU for your gaming PC, or don't want to splurge on a pricier 4K monitor that you'll need to maximize a 4K capable graphics card, considering a 1440p GPU is our expert advice.
Number 5. Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 Ti.
The Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 Ti is a very powerful GPU, bridging the gap between 1440p and 4K gaming. It can dabble in that higher resolution for some games, though we found it to struggle a little bit when pushed. But when it comes to 1440p, the RTX 3060 Ti is rock solid. Now that ray tracing has been around for a generation, the 3060 Ti does an excellent job of implementing it without too many hits to the performance. While a superb graphics card, and probably more than what most people looking at gaming in 1440p need, it's not perfect as it comes with an annoying 12-pin power connector that's not standard. But you do get an 8-pin adapter. On the plus side, this GPU stays much cooler than its predecessors when running graphically intensive tasks.
Number 4. AMD Radeon RX 6800.
With the AMD Radeon RX 6800, Team Red proved that it could compete not just in the budget and mid-range markets, but on the premium side as well. In particular, it gives its direct rival, the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3070, a run for its money in both performance and value. We were not only impressed by its thermal efficiency and low power consumption, but by its feature set, which includes Radeon Boost for competitive gamers looking for an edge, as well as Smart Access Memory, which allows you to boost performance when paired with certain AMD CPUs, though you have to go into the BIOS of your computer for that. Of course, the RX 6800's performance is on point. Though it can handle 4K gaming, the RX 6800 shines most at 1440p when ray tracing has been enabled.
Number 3. AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT.
While AMD has been successfully battling Intel with its CPU offerings, it's had a harder time differentiating itself from Nvidia when it comes to graphics cards. It doesn't help that some of its most recent GPUs, such as the AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT, are not really any cheaper than its direct competition. With that being said, the 6700 XT doesn't need to be cheaper since its performance is so superb. We found this card to run graphics-intensive games in 1440p without breaking a sweat. In some instances, it matches the performance of the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3070. We were able to run Metro Exodus on high settings and get 74 frames per second, for instance. Unfortunately, that changes when we turn on ray tracing. While ray tracing is on hand here, it's not yet perfected, so we suggested turning it off or lowering the resolution to 1080p.
Number 2. AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT.
While the AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT is an amazing card for 1080p gaming, it's quite capable of delivering stellar results in 1440p as well. When we tested it in 1440p, we were able to get over 60 frames per second in games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Metro Exodus. And it stayed cool under pressure. There may not be a cooler GPU out there, literally. So, you can push it without worrying about thermal throttling. Another point in its favor is the fact that it doesn't require a giant power supply to run. Unfortunately, it's slightly more expensive than the RTX 3060, which provides a similar amount of power. Its ray tracing performance is also not quite as good as that of an Nvidia card. But for what it offers and how much it costs, It's a fantastic card for anyone wanting to play in 1440p without breaking the bank.
Number 1. Gigabyte AMD Radeon RX 6700 XT.
While Nvidia's GeForce RTX 30 series seems to get all the attention lately, you'd be remiss to discount the Radeon RX cards. And the RX 6700 XT from Gigabyte is a prime example of how good the Radeon cards can be. It boasts 12 GB of video memory, as well as a base speed of 2514 MHz, which can be overclocked to 2622 MHz. With 2 HDMI and 2 DisplayPort inputs, you can have up to 4 monitors connected to the GPU at once, allowing you to create the ultimate setup for multitasking or a more immersive viewing experience. It's capable of 8K video output, which means you won't have to worry about needing to upgrade for quite some time, even as games come to embrace 4K and other ultra-high definition resolutions. The 3 upgraded fans spin in opposite directions to increase air pressure to draw away waste heat, while a graphene nano-lubricant allows them to run more quietly and for longer.
You are new here, subscribe our channel and like the video.